Hello everyone and welcome to a new season of simulated touring cars here in Next Generation Motorsport. We are back everyone. This has been a long wait, it has felt like, but Simulated TC is here and ready for its second season with a new venue hosting the season opener, a venue we didn't go to at all across last season. That is the Blue Moon Bay Speedway, but unlike our main series, NASCAR GT, we will not be using the oval. We will be using the Infield A road course. So, still a very high-speed circuit, but not quite as crazy as it may well have been if we used the oval. Well, it has been an exciting preparation for the season. If you did miss pre-season testing, it was a very interesting pre-season testing around Barcelona, Catalonia. It's 3 fascinating races where we learned actually quite a bit about what the strengths and weaknesses of some of the cars were. But of course, with no points on offer for any of those races, it means that we come here to Blue Moon with everyone on the exact same amount of points entering this season. And well, in a few moments' time, we will go racing for the first time this season. And that's what you're all here for, so I won't keep talking for too much longer. Before we do get to the racing, we need to have a look at the starting grid for today's event. At the back of the field it is Leo Bonnet on the hard compound tyres for Alfa Romeo, one of the stars we saw in pre-season. Although not winning any of the pre-season races, he was very consistent across the 3 races. Ahead of him it is Ian Henwood for Ford. He's got medium tyres on for race 1. Ahead of him it is Seb Mills, also on the hard compound tyres. You may notice a trend here with those at the back of the field going with this particular strategy. Ahead of Seb it is Jonathan Mills, the 2 brothers lining up next to each other on the grid there, both of them on hard tyres. Ahead of them, Liam Jones on the hard compound tyres with Subaru, his new manufacturer for this season. Another man with a new manufacturer this season is Tyler Davison. He has gone from Toyota to Peugeot, and he's gone for the hard tyres. Ahead of them, rookie Charlie Goodrick. He is on the soft compound tyres. Ahead of him, it is the second of the Subaru man staying with Subaru for this season, Lewis Francis. Ahead of him, then it's another one of the rookies. It is Thomas Pierpont. He will be starting with Honda on the soft compound tyres. Ahead of him, another one of the rookies for this season, Morgan Hitchings. He will be in on the hard compound tyres. Then we see Preston Brennan. He's another driver who made a move from manufacturer. He's gone to the new manufacturer of Tesla. Ahead of him, it is Ben Driscoll in a Genesis, not the BMW that he drove last season. Ahead of him, Aston Lewis, another one of the rookies. He will be starting on the hard compound tyres. Jackson Turner just ahead, another rookie on medium compound tyres. And ahead of Turner, it is Andre Jamil, who made the switch from one powerhouse manufacturer to another one, from Alfa Romeo to Toyota. And ahead of him, he has his teammate Adrian Tishy there on the medium compound tyres. Then in third position on the grid, we have Scott Sandover in the Genesis. He will be on soft compound tyres. Second on the grid is Adam Lee for Renault on the softs as well. And on pole, making it a Renault front row lockout, it is Adam Richardson, but he'll be starting race 1 on the medium compound tyres. The did not qualify for this first race were Matthew Lilly, Elmarie Sarlo, Albert Asante, Carlo Durante, Jordan Fingal, Dylan Varsenberg, and Dimitri Sotirakis. The cars and drivers are ready, the lights are coming on now as the revs rise, and we are racing for the first time in Season 2 of Simulated TC, and it is a flying start from Scott Sandover. He's gone from third on the grid, and he's already got several car lengths over the field as they head into the first turn of the race. Sandover leads ahead of Liu, both of those on soft compound tyres. Richardson from pole down to P3 on his medium compound tyres. Behind him, Andre Jamil in the Toyota ahead of his teammate Adrian Tishy there. Behind them, Ben Driscoll in the second of the Genesises in this race. There we see Preston Brennan looking for a move in the background as Andre Jamil is pressuring the back of Adam Richardson already in this one now. We can see the field flowing through the S's here, all quite close in the mid-pack, but up at the front, Scott Sandover is gapping the field by a significant margin already, although Adam Liu is going with him at the front there, those two both on softs. Then the cork in the bottle, it's Adam Richardson in third on medium tyres here. He's holding up a bit of a train. Andre Jamil's going to be looking to try and make a move into the hairpin now. He's not quite able to do it. You can see they're trying to find a way around the outside of that corner as you see Richardson taking very different lines there to his rival as they come out of the hairpin. Andre Jamil's got to the inside, and Jamil goes through into third place there. up into the podium positions on soft compound tyres. He now needs to check out because behind him he's got more drivers on the softs charging as there. We see that's Preston Brennan going all the way around the outside there of the final proper corner here. Side by side through the kink they go, and now back onto the banking, the one bank turn they will take, although it has to be said, they don't really take it at all. They all get their cars all the way over the inside line where it's pretty flat because it's so comfortable when you have the corner before it to take that corner at full speed here as we see two Hondas are side by side down the main straight. That is Pierpont and Turner. Pierpont is on the softs, Turner on the mediums there. Turner had a strong pre-season testing, albeit a rough final race, it has to be said. There we see Charlie Goodrick behind. He did not take part in pre-season testing. This is his first event, and with his two teammates locking out the front row, wasn't the best of qualifying for him considering that, but still a very impressive 13th on the grid. And on soft tyres, he's already up into 9th place and is looking set to get some big points here in race 1. Pierpont getting a bit held up there by the Genesis of Ben Driscoll, amusingly liveried with Phil Collins on the side of it, which those of you who perhaps know that era of music will understand the reference that Ben is making there, as we there see Charlie Goodrick making the move on Ben Driscoll, heading out into the backstretch they go. Turner is in this group as well. Pierpont trying to follow through Goodrick on Driscoll. Not quite able to do it there. We see through the hairpin. This is where the tyres are really put to the test now. And you can see there Preston Brennan is on the back of Adam Richardson as they head through the double apex hairpin here. Brennan in that Tesla. It's hard to miss that car. Last season, the highlighter car of Lewis Francis, but its bright orange was the one that was hard to miss. This season, Preston Brennan in his highlighter yellow will be the car that will be hard to miss across this season here. And you can see he's on the back of Adam Richardson here, but this is where we're going to see the difference in car performance. Whilst the Tesla is a much more cornering-focused car, great acceleration, great traction with its four-wheel drive system, and of course that instant torque that comes with having an electric powertrain. You can see here the internal combustion engine of that Renault is powering itself down the main straight here, and with that sort of traditional engine is able to pull clear of Brennan as they head into turn 1, but that may well be short-lived here as they go onto the brakes into the first corner here, diving off at the banking onto the flat stuff once again they go, and we see side-by-side racing, a big snap there for, I believe that was Adrian Tishy in his Toyota. Big moment for him there as Brennan has cleared Adam Richardson on the exit turn. When you can see the cornering performance there of the Tesla making up for its disadvantage down the straight, and now we can see Richardson is looking in his mirrors. Adam Richardson is the reigning champion. He started last season on pole position, he started this season on a pole position. Is that a good omen for Adam Richardson to be the man to retain his championship this season? Who knows, with a long 30 race season ahead of us here. He's got his teammate up behind him at the moment though, putting the pressure on as they go into the hairpin. Goodrick not quite able to make the move there, but you'd imagine this won't be too long before the two teammates swap positions here as they go through the hairpin, and Goodrick is right up behind Richardson as they head now back into the next of the 8 hairpins here. This one, the double apex left-hand hairpin corner, and you can see Richardson struggling a little bit more for grip than his teammate at this point in the race. Mediums versus softs. The medium tyre is a much slower tyre than the soft tyre, as it almost always is in this series. It is a big jump in grip between the soft and the medium tyre. The hard and the medium, it's a much smaller difference, but here we see, as we go onto the straight, this is where we get the chance to compare. We saw last time around Preston Brennan compared to Adam Richardson on the straight. This is what Renault on Renault can look like now. As we see Richardson, he's looking in his mirrors, down the main straight they go. Charlie Goodrick just using that slipstream for now. When will he pull out and make the move? It looks like he's staying in for now, and actually, maybe he's going to try and use this slipstream to pull himself clear, maybe even working with his teammate here to help his teammate not feel under too much pressure from the cars further back. And you see there as they head through the first turn, the tyre grip makes a difference. Charlie Goodrick's up into 5th position there, ahead of his teammate. The two Renault swapping positions. Now it's Thomas Pierpont who will be looking to pass Adam Richardson. As we look further through the field here, we can see all the way down to the back of Leo Bonnet, who started last, has stayed in that position before now. Ian Henwood on the medium tyres, but not quite finding the speed at the moment he'd want to. Jonathan Mills here in the third of the Hondas in this field. He's on the back of Morgan Hitchens in the DS car. The DS, a much smaller car than many of its competitors. It does look not out of place, but it's certainly a contrast to the other cars in the field, although maybe less of a contrast when racing some of the other cars that are a bit more its size, because we do have a very wide variety of car sizes in this field. And as you can see at the moment, Adam Liu is staying just about in touch with Scott Sandover out front, but yet to make a move for the lead here. As speaking of moves, we have Charlie Goodrick now looking to try and make a pass here on Preston Brennan for 4th position here. Goodrick from 13th on the grid is going to get into 4th here, and that's the 9th place he's gained in this race now already. And that's soft tyres on soft tyres, the difference there. Of course, the Renault's top speed down the main straight proving crucial as he made that move. Now, as you see, he's on the back of Andre Jamel. The Toyota four-wheel drive cars, they tend to be weaker on top speed. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It just comes down to the power required to balance the front-wheel drive cars, which struggle with traction, with the four-wheel drive cars and even the rear-wheel drive cars that have much better traction. It means they have to have that little bit more power in the front-wheel drive cars to make up for that lack of traction, which then gives them a slight top speed advantage. So they still lose out on this in the traction areas, but as you can see here, diving into 3rd place we go. Charlie Goodrick side by side with Andre Jamil, and he makes that move stick there. And with a high-speed turner on, that should help the Renault in comparison to the Toyota, as doesn't have to worry as much about corner exit traction there. Charlie Goodrick up into the podium positions now, lap 6 of 10, but now we can see as we head on to the final lap of the race, it was a pretty quiet race up at the front of the field, it has to be said. Scott Sandover leading from start to finish. He made that incredible start from 3rd to 1st, and he got the gap he needed. At no point did he feel have to defend in any way to Adam Liu as he comes through the final corner now for the final time. Genesis, in their debut in Simulated TC, are going to take victory here, and Scott Sandover, the last man to get a race win in Season 1, he's going to be the first to do it in Season 2. Scott Sandover wins for Genesis at the Blue Moon Bay Speedway. He's just ahead of Adam Liu there in the Renault, with 3rd place, making it 2 Renaults on the podium in a perfect start to the season really for them. Not quite perfect, I suppose they would have wanted to win it, but considering the circumstances, a pretty damn good start to the season for Charlie Goodrick here. He comes across the line, and it's 3rd place for Charlie here in race number 1 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Now it's time to look at the official results here for the first round of the season. I do apologise, I did forget to take the screenshots for this, but I do have the official results here listed for you, so I'll read them out so you shouldn't miss out on too much. The win, of course, went to Scott Sandover there ahead of Adam Liu. Charlie Goodrick in 3rd position there, all soft tyre runners for the top 6 positions, but of course the podium as well. Charlie Goodrick on debut taking that podium position. Andre Jamil coming home in 4th place for Toyota ahead of Preston Brennan in his Tesla. It's Thomas Pierpont in 6th place, making it all of the top 6 in race 1 on the soft compound tyres there. Adam Richardson in at 7th, he was the top car, not on soft tyres, he went with the mediums. From pole to 7th, doesn't sound great, but considering the circumstances, a pretty solid start to the season for the reigning champion. Behind him, Adrian Tishy in 8th on medium tyres, Ben Driscoll 9th on medium tyres, as well as Jackson Turner and Lewis Francis behind them, both on the medium compound tyre. Then in 12th place, we have Aston Lewis on the hard tyres. It was a solid first race for him in his DS. Behind him, Liam Jones, then Morgan Hitchings in 14th place. 15th went to Jonathan Mills, the final points paying position. Behind him, it was then Tyler Davison, Ian Henwood, Seb Mills, and Leo Bonnet rounds out the field here for race number 1 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. The season has officially begun, and that will be your starting grid as well for race number 2. With the top 6 all unable to use soft compound tyres, what could happen now when we go to the second race of the season? Pretty much guarantee it's not going to be one of those top 6 that win it, but who will win it from the rest of the field? Many of them, well in fact the rest of the field all has soft tyres available, but who will use their soft tyres in race 2? Who might save them for the reverse grid race in race 3? But that's it then for the season opening race here in Simulated TC. I do hope you all enjoyed it. A short one for us as viewers, there's not too much happened up at the front, but that is often the case in a race one. We don't always get an absolute classic for the start of the event, but I would expect lots more drama and lots more overtaking throughout the next 2 races. So do make sure to join us on Tuesday and Thursday of next week for races 2 and 3. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.